one of the victims that got unalived in the carnival stabbing. Okay, so I feel the carnival is definitely. I don't know whether the. I don't know. It gets bad press. Carnival gets bad press. Yeah, it gets bad press. Um, every year it's something. It's something. It's always something. The last carnival here, right, I thought it was a peaceful one because when I was checking in and looking at it, even though I wasn't checking it as hard as I normally do, um, it looked peaceful. It looked like it was a peaceful day. Like the children's one seemed peaceful, and the adults, there's normally a little something, something, but there were nothing. It seemed like, I mean, I did see the odd scuffle in parts because I think in other social places, you see scuffles going on. Like, and then I went and I looked at one of the content creators, one of my favorite this young man, he's one of my favorite because when he speaks truth. And Tropical Juice covered it. So Tropical Juice was saying, why will you go to a festival? I think it was Tropical Juice. There's somebody else said as well. And instead of enjoying yourself, right, you would commit like an act like that. Being the young lady that got stabbed was a mother with a 3-year-old. I think apparently the guy walked into her and her son. I think it's her son, and she, it's a normal reaction. The mother must have said, like, told him off or something like that. So he in turn now pulled out a knife and stabbed her in front of her child. Now, most I think a couple years back I did a live about a guy that got stabbed in the carnival. I think I can't remember whether he bumped into someone, stepped on someone's trainers. Really for the real stupidest things, right? The real dumbest things. And there was a scuffle. There was a scuffle in the carnival as well. Now the carnival it's a big thing over here because of why it was created. It was created because in Ladbroke Grove, there was a murder that happened in Ladbroke Grove, and Claudia Jones also wanted to bring over the culture of the West Indies into Ladbroke Grove as well, which brought everybody together, right? Now, I do feel that how the carnival had lost a little bit of something, something. Maybe because I'm the '90s era, so what carnival means to some people doesn't mean to everybody else. Not only that, right? Right, we know people like Reggae Sauce guy came from the carnival. There's others that came from the carnival, and now they're big people now. So there is the there is the pros as well as the cons to the carnival. People do actually make businesses while they're down there. So it's obviously a business opportunity for people to get business as well, because all the tourists will come down there and they see the carnival and they enjoy the carnival. It's kind of a universal thing, because people think, oh, well, it's just the West Indian thing. No, it's a universal thing, because there'll be Brazilians there, there'll be everybody down there, the whole world's down there. So even though, like, most times, right, even though people don't go to carnival, but they'll be at home, listening in, tapping in, listening in, playing music, cooking at their homes as well, because like not everybody goes to the carnival, right? So so when I heard about the young lady, when I saw the picture of the young lady, she's very young in her face, and I think and a man also got unalived as well. So when you see how young the people is, like, who went there, hi Genobia, who went there to go and enjoy themselves, then you hear that there is something happening. Hi Kinj he, right, and then you hear something happen to somebody at the carnival. Is sad because it's really a place of enjoyment. It's a place of enjoyment. You're supposed to enjoy yourself, right? You're supposed to enjoy the music. You're supposed to enjoy the bands, the mass, the steel pan. Because in Trinidad, right, this is one of the biggest things that is celebrated. The whole country comes out in Trinidad, and then now Carnival's in Jamaica. So it's like those been here for a long time, right? Yes, there's always something happening with the carnival, but really, if you're going down there, to me, if you're going down there for bad, you would buck upon bad. If you're going down there to enjoy yourself, go with your little crew, because you know people go like all 10 of them. Yes, there is stuff that goes on in London. Yeah, there is stuff that goes on in London. But when you go down there, right, you go to enjoy yourself. You don't go to create violence. You don't go to do the most. You don't go on to whatever. So as I saw the two victims, I thought I'll talk on one of them because I did hear about the young lady. Um, I'm gonna look into what happened to the young man because really what the man should have done, which I agree with Tropical Juice 100% on this. What the young when he bucked into the young woman and her son, he just says, "Oh, sorry," and carried on about his business. Right? There was no need to unalive the lady. Not only that, right? The child is gonna have this vision in their head as they grow up because they lose their mum in that circumstances. Okay, um, it's wrong in a way because what you're doing, you're bringing fear to that child. So that means that if that child goes in any places, you know, they will get trauma. Right, so you're bringing trauma to that child, and it's sad. It is sad hearing about it because they've been trying to move carnival from Labrador Grove from a long time. I really believe that they've called it all sorts of names. I did see some channel puts it up and say and call it all sorts of names. Blah, 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 blah. Really, carnival is about culture, the West Indian culture. That's what it is about. Jerk chicken, roti, mass bands, carnival, king and queen. That's what I know from coming from Trinidad, because Trinidad is where it originates. No, not only Trinidad. I'll put in Brazil in there too, because Brazil does carnivals as well. Yeah. Also Rio de Janeiro. So if you don't know the history of the carnival, you're just going down there for debauchery. It's not about debauchery, is right. And now the costumes like Brazil is coming to London because I see how they dress this year. It looks more like Brazil. You know when they dress and they do the dance. You know with in the high heels. That's what I see. But it's not ever supposed to be a violent time. It's supposed to be a time of enjoyment. You and your friends go down. You have your dance. You enjoy your dance. Some people even go pick up man while they're there. Some people pick up women while they're there. You know, all sorts goes on down there. Even the area Labrador Grove does actually the people in the Labrador Grove, what they do, right? You know, like they just pay, like it's like you have to pay to go to the toilets or whatever, you know, like, you know, and then after the carnival, there'll be a house party. So I don't know whether it still continues, but that's what used to happen. Okay. So for it to turn into, for it to turn into, uh, uh, something, because the more violence come up in the carnival, they're going to say, okay, right, because this is happening, we're going to stop do the carnival, because you know the England can be like that sometimes. If something is too much, they will stop it. They did it down Brixton. Brixton used to have Sunsplash every single year until early 2000. They stopped the Sunsplash. The Sunsplash, everybody used to gather at Sunsplash and go to all the different sounds in Sunsplash, where you see Channel One, Ashanti, Venture FM, different, right, you know, different DJs used to come round, and then because of the gentrification, that stopped. So now Brixton like have to create something else now to put in place, and so it's like really what's happening is like people are hurting themselves, because if that goes, then what are you going to be left with? Because some people doesn't know when certain Caribbean's going on, like in the independence days, even if they do get advertised, sometimes you find out last minute about them. The Guyanese Independent Day, I found out last minute. The Ghanaian Independent something, well, that was down near Camberwell. I heard last minute. Like, you know what I mean. There's some things that be going on. It could be in Ladbroke Grove. It could be in West London, South London. You hear last minute. So when there is a big festival like this brings everybody together, right? All mixes come out, all mixed together, and it's just formulates like an atmosphere, right? Because everybody's into reggae music, everybody knows a little bit of soca music, everybody knows a little bit of chutney soca, everybody knows a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and that's what it brings. Well, what I am trying to say within the live before I come off is that how, if the bad press continues, what they're liable to do is to stop the festival. And being that the festival has been going on for a long time, I think it's from, I can't remember when Claudia Jones started it, right? Being it started for when Claudia Jones started it, and it's still going on now, 2024. It'd be a shame that it be stopped for violence and this and that and the other. Then they're gonna stop upping the police and all this madness. Then it's gonna mess up the atmosphere of the whole festival. And people who probably make monies around that time will lose out, because the shops make money, the stores make money, some of the houses make money. It covers across the board, right? Everybody's gonna lose their cow in a way, because it is that's what it is. Ocean, I'm going to go because today is a sad day for me, because I lost my stepson who I raised as my own last year on this. Oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, Genobia. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. You could come back on comment. It's fine. You know what I mean? There's no thing, you know? Everybody's going through it. Everybody's going through it, right? Literally. So I understand. Um so really, that's why I decided to turn on the live, because I saw the young lady's face. She's a young lady. I think she's in her 20s. I'm not even sure. No, that's okay. You have a good day too, right? Hopefully I'll be able to work around. I'm still asking people to give me topics that we can talk about, because there was a topic that got raised while I was doing a live. So I want people to put in a little input in it, and even if I cover it, or we do a paneling or however, because my friend was talking about paneling the other day, so I was thinking about it. So, and Sonia Venture looks like she's thinking about it. I don't know if she's around, because she's in America as well. So yeah, so you have a good day, and put flowers, say your prayers for or think about where he is, and send light and positive vibes to him. To him, he's with you anyway. Okay, so that's one of the things that I wanted to raise this afternoon, because I know I do random pull-ups, because I'm trying to do the dark side of Ocean Yemi a little more. There's a little more going on over there now. So if you lot see me less and less over here, I'll be over there. But yeah, it's really sad that how people can't just go out to enjoy themselves. It's like, right, it's like when you used to go clubs, and well, I mean, I didn't used to go clubs a lot, but when you go to or when you do reach places, and then you hear that there was a shooting or something going on, and that how they have to close the club or the pub down. There was a couple clubs that got closed down due to that. So what I'm saying is, if this continues, right? They will find a reason to close down the festival. And not only that, the young lady did not deserve to be hurt. And her 3-year-old should have seen that, because it does a lot to a child, right? There's traumas that children go through. And by seeing that, that can cause a lot of trauma, right? She might be, or he might be in spaces and might think, oh, something's going to happen to me. There's a lot of traumas, right? And I'm not an expert, I'm just saying, okay? So that's why I decided to put on this live, a short live, as short as it is, because I don't know who else has spoken about, but I know Tropical Juice spoke about it, and another young man spoke about it. And in fact, it is messed up if you are going to carnival or any festival and you go and you do that, because really what you should have done as a man, you should have just said, oh, sorry, and carried on walking about your business. Right? I don't know what's going on with the males. It's the same thing with the young girl that turned down the guy on the bus and he unalived her. There was no need for that. If you have to learn to deal with rejection sometime. I don't know what's going on. I would say the males, but I know it's across the board. So like if it was somebody, if a woman, if a girl or woman or families out together, they should, the same way how they reach at the festival, they should be able to leave the festival in one piece. No blood spilt. I don't know why people like spill bloods. I don't know whether they are I'm gonna say possessed, demonic, demonic. I don't know what's going on. There is something in the air. Sometimes it feels like it's very stiff. It's underlying stiff. So when you go out, you have to really put yourself in a way. Sometimes I do it so much, I even forget little things if I'm not careful, because I put my head somewhere else. And then when I go out and come back, it's like a whole defragmentation has to go on while when you're in your house. It's crazy. And people do look out for people, but humanity needs to look out. We need to look out for each other no matter what. Humanity, in general. And I feel that is the problem. Um, and it could have been handled another way. You didn't have to unalive the lady, and I don't know what happened to the man. Well, I'm gonna go look into it. I put his picture up there, but I'm gonna look at it because I heard about what happened to her demise, but I didn't hear about much about his demise because I think he came later. So it's a shame, because that means that right, you have to be doubly alert where you go, where you act, this, that, and the other. Do you know how many people get anxiety going out? When they go out, they get a lot of anxiety because because it's like you got to be on your P's and Q's when you go out. Like, you got to be on protection. Something next thing, your head, is crazy. Like, even when you're walking with young ones, you have to be on, right, your head's got to be on swivel, so yeah, that's all I want to say, really. Like, if you're going to the festivals, next year's another year. Let's hope next year when the carnival's on, we don't hear nothing happen to nobody. Everybody go and come back in one piece, because that's what I want to hear. I don't want to give any statistics, this, that, and the other. I don't want to hear the statistics on that. I want to hear everybody went to the carnival, enjoyed themselves, positive reviews, this, that, and the other. Nobody not pass. Everybody come back good in one piece. So I just want to say that on a whole, and I feel that everybody. I'm not saying be in la la land. Be aware of the next person. Just be aware of people. Be aware if anything's happening with somebody. You be ready to stop whatever's going on. Sometimes you gotta. I mean. They always say don't be the hero, but you have to be the hero time, because you can't just stand around and film it. Well, film it because like it's needed for evidence, but don't just stand there and let something happen to another person. Like, because sometimes things come close to home and all sorts of craziness. So that's all I want to say, really. And I want everybody to be safe out there. Be safe out there. No matter who you are, be safe out there, okay? Because we don't know what holds tomorrow and the day after, the year after. We have to be very, very aware of each other, which we are not. As the riot showed last month, people are there for each other, but there's some people who's against that. So the more you feed in and you give them the negative thing, the negative feedback, right? Next thing you know, they're gonna say, you know what, right? We're gonna scrap carnival, and they can say that any time, right? Because the government, okay, it's too much. Oh, this that. Oh, we're gonna scrap it. So with that said, I'm gonna leave it right there. Thank you, Genobia, for coming through, and I'll see you in the next live. Take care. Bye.